Before we talk about strategy, indicators, or setups, we need to talk about identity. Because if you're still thinking like a gambler, no strategy is going to save you. Most traders don't fail because they lack knowledge. They fail because they haven't committed to becoming a actual trader. Today we're going to break down the identity shift that has to happen if you want to trade consistently. My name is Chrissy.
And I'm George.
And welcome to Married to the Market. So today we're going to talk about committing to the trader identity, right? We are on a 90-day reset. And so this is the first part. And it's so important that we identify this because in order for us to succeed as traders, we need to know who we truly are and we need to know the problems that we're facing so we can actually fix it. Because there's a lot of problems that we actually need to fix for us to head into the right direction. So one of the problems that I'm talking about is people saying that I'm trying to trade, right? You're trying to trade. What does that really mean? Either we're doing or we're not doing.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
A lot of times when you hear people say, I'm trying to work out. Does that really work? I'm trying to eat healthy. Do they actually end up doing? I'm trying to go on a diet. I'm trying to open up a business. Well, what happens? It's either you're going to do it or not.
Correct.
Right? So you have to be focused on that. Just do it.
So guys, listen, another one that we're talking about is treating it like a side experiment. This is not an experiment. You're not just testing. For the 90 days is because you're wanting to become that person. You wanted to become that profitable trader. So you can't take this as an experiment. You can't put your foot in the water and test it. It's either you're jumping in or you're not.
When they're talking about experiment, people will think like, you know what, this is just a trial phase for me.
This is not a trial.
If it don't work out, then I always got this. You're giving yourself a way out. So a lot of times you're gonna go into that emotional phase where you're jumping in and out emotionally because you're treating it as an experiment. You're trying. So at that point, you're going to get to that stage and you're not going to fulfill what you really want when it comes to trading.
Yeah. And then even tying yourselves to the win and losses, right? Like you're beating up yourselves when you have those losses. You're not giving yourself enough credit when you have the wins. It's like an emotional roller coaster that you're going on and you legitimately have to stop that. Okay. This is part of like that gambling mentality. And that's what we're trying to strip away so we can build you up to be that profitable trader.
Yeah, and it's the validation part. It's like you want to validate every win that you do or every trade. And while that's fine that you need to look for certain things to improve, the validation from your wins could be bad sometimes because the simple fact that it could be a wrong trade that you did. You end up winning and you feel like, okay, that's great. That's validating. No, it's not. You need to learn a process. You need to have a strategy and follow that strategy.
You can't be consistent acting like this is a trial run because it's not a trial run. This is serious, right? Regardless if you're working a 9 to 5 or if you're doing this full time, it's still serious. Like there are a lot of people within our group that work a 9 to 5, but they are very serious about what their goals are, what they're trying to accomplish. And that's the type of people that I like to be around. People that are like, listen, we're making strides for the future, whatever that may look like for you, but they're taking it just as serious as they would their 9 to 5. Just as you can commit to someone else's dream, you can commit to your own.
So let's talk about the gambler versus trader mentality, because a lot of times people will come in and they're seeking us to take them out of the hole that they've created their whole lives. When it's supposed to be a process. It's a process and a journey towards self-growth, towards you changing your life, but you have to learn as well. Some people will come in and be like, yo, can you make me rich? Can you turn this? Can you make me 20
those
grand
are
a
the gamblers,
month? Right?
You can tell.
And you would automatically know that they're risking a lot because there's no risk management. There's nothing involved. You could already feel that coming off of them. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the gamblers.
Yeah, I mean, the gamblers that I have personally seen are chasing moves, right? Moves that may not even be there. They're just constantly chasing because they want that next fix.
Are they trading out of boredom?
Yeah, they're bored, so they're trading.
So, they're always looking for something, even when it's not there. Oh, I see this. This is about to happen. Let me go ahead and do this because I think the market is going to go up. But you're not really trading based on setup or confirmation. You're just really risking it because you feel like it's going to do something.
You guys have to realize that with trading, it comes with wins and it comes with losses, right? And regardless if you win or you lose, you have to know when to stop. And a lot of the times people are breaking their rules more when they lose. When
Mhm.
they lose, they're like, man, let me just go back in one more time. I think I can get it this time. I lost 3 times today, but hey, one more time ain't gonna hurt. No, you need to stop breaking those rules. That's what I'm
Yep.
seeing out of the gamblers. They're breaking rules even though you're losing.
And it comes down to them risking randomly because they just feel the urge or the itch to, all right, I need to have a win today. And when you feel that and
Hmm.
when you want that, that's not going to come through most of the time. Most of
No.
the times, what happens, the market will humble you. And that's why we always recommend mentorship for people that are coming in so they could have a strategy, they could have the community, they could have somebody that's keeping them accountable
Absolutely.
at all times.
But then also needing to win, like you were talking about before, but needing to win today, to me, the gamblers that we are noticing are risking things you should not be risking, like your rent, trying to flip it to make
Let
mortgage,
me flip. Let me see if I could flip my car
like,
payment.
yeah, like, are you crazy? No. Like, if you don't have the money to trade, then sit out
Let
or
me
save up until you can get to that point. But it's those wanting to win now, because you guys have to remember, trades don't always go your direction instantly. It takes time.
Yep.
Market consolidates, things happen. You cannot expect a trade to happen instantly.
So let's talk about the trader mindset and what traders' mindset should be. Actually successful, not gambling trading, but successful trading mindset. And I always talk about, yeah, the patience part of it. You have to wait for your confirmations,
Absolutely.
no matter
Don't go
what.
chasing.
You're not chasing, you're not falling to FOMO. When you're trading, you wait for the right setup. And being patient is all about trading. Sometimes it's okay to sit on your ass and not do anything,
Yeah.
right? Just sit and not do anything, but and wait for that confirmation to happen. Once your confirmation happen, then go ahead and take that trade.
And you're building up your identity. You're becoming better. And those are people who are following their rules, right? You
Mhm.
have your rule. If you're starting out, right, my best recommendation is to write this on a little whiteboard. Write it on a piece of paper. These are the rules. These are the conditions. This is what's going to happen for me to actually get into the trade. Because otherwise, if you don't have it to the front of your or forefront, right, is what they say, you're not going to remember because you're in the
Yeah.
hype. When you start seeing those charts and you're actually in it, you get nervous, you start freaking out. No, a profitable trader doesn't do that. A real trader follows their rules. Hey, did this do this? Did that do that? Okay, let's just get into it.
And I can say by following the rules, it's like you'll accept your losses more,
Yeah.
right? You'll be able to accept your losses more calmly in a sense where did I do everything I was supposed to do? Was I patient before I get in the trade? I did not force the trade. I followed all my rules and I took the trade and the trade didn't go my way. So
Yeah.
at that point, you did everything you were supposed to do. So a trade at that point should be able to accept their loss. Nobody likes to lose on a trade. At the end of the day, when we get in that trade and it goes against us, we always are going to look at it and say, did everything that we were supposed to? If we follow all our rules, if we were patient, if we didn't force a trade, did it work in our favor? No, it didn't work in our favor this time, right? But we're okay with the loss at that point.
Because you're respecting your risk, right? You said, okay, I'm putting up this much and I'm okay. See, the difference is what I like about options is that what you put in is what you could lose. It's not like using a
Hmm.
whole account.
Yep.
So, this is why risk management is very important
Yep.
and knowing where your stop loss is and respecting that stop loss, right? And getting out. If you, even with TP, if you know where your take profit is, respect it. Get out of the trade at that time. So respecting the risks and rewards and all of that really plays a factor in the mindset of a true trader.
Yeah, with trading, it comes down to probabilities. And I always go back to the book, right? That talks about trading in the zone. It comes down to probabilities. If you're going to take 20 trades, how are you taking those 20 trades? It's going to be based on risk management, and you should use the same amount all the time. So you could know based on that, if you're using the same amount, you're using the same risk reward, then at that point, you will know if your trade is good or not, right? Now, in some cases, option is a little bit different because while you put in $1,000 in a trade, you know that it's only $1,000 you can lose. Versus if you have an account with $10,000, you have no stop loss, nothing. At that point, if the market spikes up or down against you in futures or in forex, you could completely lose that money, right? So there's a difference there, but everything comes down to probabilities. You're thinking in probabilities, and if you're right, then your account should be green in a week. It should be
Yep.
green in a month, and overall for that year, you should be green.
Yeah, between the gambler and the actual trader, it isn't really come down to confidence, it's commitment. It's commitment to say that you're going to change. It's commitment to say I'm going to
Yeah.
follow the process. I'm going to stick to the plan, right?
Stick to the
The plan.
plan.
That's what it is. So that's really what it comes down to when it comes to that, right? Your identity really shows up in your execution. So you say this is the type of trader you want to be, well then let's talk about it, right? Because the trader that you want to be, the profitable trader, the disciplined trader, does not hesitate,
No.
right? Your reason why you don't hesitate is because you already know your setup. You
You're
already
confident.
you're confident in
Yeah.
it, right? So there's no hesitation. You put your alert in because that's part of the plan. Once Trading View actually gives you your alert on your phone or wherever it's at, you're getting into your trade. You're
Yeah.
not hesitating. You already did the work. What are you stressing about? You put in all that work all weekend or the night before or the morning. Take your trade. Take
Yeah.
it.
And it also comes down to revenge trading. A
Yeah.
lot of times it will show if you're revenge trading or not. It will show if you're over trading or
Yeah.
not. Those are things that will show up in your identity as far as execution. Because
Yeah.
when you're doing stuff like that, it will let you know, are you disciplined or not? It will let you know, are you emotionally qualified to trade
Yes,
today?
that part.
Right? Because every day your emotions are going to be tested. The thing that it comes down to is, are you disciplined enough to say, I'm in a trade? Did it hit my stop loss?
Yeah.
Where am I taking this? Did I get in based on my rules? Did I follow my rules? Did I execute right? Did I hesitate? Am I in a trade right now that I'm revenge trading because I lost the last 3 trades when I should be getting up from the computer? Am I still sitting down trying to make back up those losses? That's all gonna show in your execution.
Yeah, but let's not only forget about over trading, right? So for us, George and I, we only trade 3 times for the day,
Yeah.
max. And we teach our students to do the same too, because you don't need to give back money to the market. When you overtrade, you're at risk of giving money back to the market. If you had a great day, if you had 2 trades for the day, why go back in?
Mhm.
Right? For what? An extra couple hundred, couple thousand? It's not worth it because now you're risking. So over trading really will allow you, when you stop over trading, you're going to be like, wow, I'm becoming that person. Like
I'm
I've slowed down.
I'm becoming a better trader. I'm
Exactly.
becoming me. I'm becoming
Yes.
that person that, all right,
You're changing
is
your
gonna,
identity
yeah,
by just following that. Because I remember there was a time where when we first got started, we'd be at the computer all day,
I would.
right? He really
I
would
would.
more than
I
me.
was taking
But
11 trades a day.
that's crazy. And they're till
Who you
4 o'clock.
telling?
So
11
this
trades?
is why you guys watch
That's
this,
mind blowing
because
when you
we
look
have
at it.
changed and we have actually become that trader, right? And so we're telling you guys from experience things that we have done good, bad, and ugly, so you can get there faster than we did. And you really have to take these things into account because I'm telling you, it's game changing when you can be consistent and you can actually see your results because you've been disciplined.
A lot of times too is like people are afraid of being wrong, or
Yeah.
they're afraid of missing
Not
out.
every trade they're going to
And
win.
not every trade you're going to win. That's why we always say, if you execute on your trades properly and you wait for your setup, then
Mhm.
there's nothing, hey, you did everything you're supposed to. If you did everything you're supposed to and the trade go against you, then fine. But don't be afraid of being wrong, because there is going to be times where you're going to be wrong in a trade. There's nobody out there that's always right. You'll be on a winning streak and you will feel that confidence, because I know I'll be feeling that confidence. Last week, no losing trade. This week, I didn't want to say nothing, but no losing trade. But at the end of the day, you know that there's going to be that day that you might take a loss.
Yeah.
And you have to mitigate that loss.
Yeah. But not even about that. What about the people that are afraid of missing out? You feel like you got to be in the market every single day, every single moment because, oh my gosh, my alerts, I don't know if y'all heard it, but my alerts are going off right now. Am I going to go look at it? No.
No.
Because I'm done for the day.
Done.
Done. So there is no afraid of missing out. We have to get rid of that. The market gives you an opportunity every single day at any time. You just have to look for it, but don't go chasing. How you see yourself determines how you execute. So again, if you are a disciplined trader, you're a consistent trader, you're a profitable trader, you're going to move differently.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what committing to the trader identity actually means, right? What does that mean for you? Showing up even on no trade days. So
Yeah.
let me break that down for you guys. So I don't plan on trading on Friday, right? But what happens is just because I don't trade that day doesn't mean that I'm not going to do market review. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to back test. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to journal. Doesn't mean I'm still going to do what's necessary.
Yeah. The days that you sit out, you still have to do your
You
work.
still have to show up in
So
some capacity.
even if you're saying you're taking a mental break from trading, a mental break from trading could simply mean that you're not executing a trade because that takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
But when you go back now and you're reviewing the
Mm-hmm.
charts, or you're saying, listen, I'm sitting out today, but I want to see if I had taken the trade, would it been profitable? Did I see the setup that I always take? Hey, the setup was there today.
Yeah.
Was the trade profitable? Yeah, I would have made money
Okay,
today, but
great.
I sat out because I need that mental
Yeah.
break. I need that day off. And you can take that day off when you feel like, or whenever you say, listen, you know what? I don't feel like trading today.
And part of the identity, and I stress this all the time, you hear it in every video, is that you will be the trader that journal. You will
Yeah.
be the trader
Very
that writes
important.
down your emotions. And you're going to document this, right, over the next 90 days. We told you guys, get the journal. It's in the description. Grab your own. I don't care what you do, but make sure you have a journal and you're documenting that, because
Yeah.
this is helping you with your identity. This is helping you because you're going to realize, man, did I chase? Did I do this? Did I? Because there's probing questions there. You're going to write down certain things. That's why when we created the journal, it was like things that we know that you need to be documenting and you need to be reviewing every single day. So you got to journal your trades and your executions.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the most important things because you can't fix what you don't know what needs to be fixed. So if you know what needs to be fixed, are you getting into trades too early? Are you chasing? Are you not
Mhm.
taking the right setups? What setup that every time you take, you lose on? And maybe you need to stop taking those setups.
Yeah.
But you can't know unless you journal. You get what I'm saying? So you have to follow rules even when you're on those red days. That's the next thing too.
Yeah.
Following rules even when you're red. If you're red in a trade or red in a day, what are the rules for that? You have to set
Mhm.
rules in place and know that, all right, you know what? If I lost the two trades in a row, maybe I need to get up and walk away, take a walk,
Yeah.
go for a bike ride, go do some, listen to me,
Something.
go eat some ice cream if you want to, but just don't take that third
Yeah.
trade. Clear your space, clear your mental, and then come back the next day. But you have to follow some type of rule when you're dealing with red days.
And just accepting the losses without spiraling, right? So the disciplined trader, they know that, right? They're not spiraling out. They know the probability. They know that not every trade is going to go
Hmm.
their way. And sometimes it could just be you, right? You didn't buy enough time on your contract. That could be it because you're trying to get that money, you're trying to get to the paper fast. So you buy a shorter time and it just didn't play out in your favor. But you got to make sure that you're following your proper rules.
I say discipline is going to come down to everything because when people are trading, you have to bear that in mind. Discipline is going to be everything. Yes, we want to see profit, but it's not just about profit. Were you disciplining your trade to make the money? Because if you're disciplined
Hmm.
enough, the money's gonna come. If you're not following rules, then you're gonna get smacked. You're gonna get humbled because it only take one trade to mess you up, but it also
Mentally.
take one trade to make you feel good, right?
Yeah.
When you see that green and you make a profitable trade, you're happy about a profitable
Yeah.
trade. But then afterwards, when you make that loss, and the loss could come from you not following rules, you not being
Hmm.
disciplined, and that loss just wipe out everything you worked for the whole week.
Yeah. Your job is not to win every day. Your job is to execute properly, right? The more you can just sit down and say, you know what, I'm going to make sure I'm executing on my strategy. Like you said, the profits will come.
Some people would hear that and be like, yo, you crazy. Like, yo, I want the job is profits.
Not all profit is good profit. Sometimes it'd be so small that it's like, was it even worth going in versus waiting for the A1 setup and taking the real trade down? So that's what it is. It's the execution. So when you execute, the money will come when you execute on the right trade, not just any trade. You know how many trades I see and I'm like, yo, that target's too small. The
Yeah.
risk is not not worth it. So I'm not going to get into that, right?
A lot of times I'll see the alert go off and I'm like,
nah, not that one. And we wait for the right one. And everybody in the group is going crazy because they're like, yo, did you see that fall? Yes, because we waited for the right one to present itself, right? And also the identity, right? That's what we're talking about, is identity, changing our identity. And part of that is detaching ourselves from our P&L and not taking it personally, not feeling any type of, I had to learn that. And I don't know if it's a female thing or not, but our emotions get to us, ladies. And so sometimes we have to learn to not allow our P&L to affect our day. Because there was a time where my P&L used to affect my day. Like everybody around me knew when the hell I lost, because I would be so pissed. Like like a bomb just blew up and I would go to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, she's sleeping. Ooh.
Yeah. So no longer any of that. Because now I know that if I don't get into a trade to lose. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And I know my lane, right? I'm a swing trader, and I'm a good swing trader. And so I just follow my plan. I stick to it, and that's it.
Yeah. Don't let your wins feel like, or your losses feel like validation, right? You have to make sure that you're paying attention to what you're doing. Some people will be like, yo, this is a validation because I'm winning. And it might feel good, but a lot of times, or sometimes, people will win on trades and they don't know why they won. It's just a guessing game. And their thing is, they could just throw some money at something because they hear something on TV or whatever, and they just buy calls, right? And it went up for a little bit, and because they're watching it, it went up. They might be up 2-3%. They don't know it. They just see let me close it out.
Yeah, and
right?
They feel like
I just made some money, right?
Yeah, now they know everything.
But they did something wrong because they don't know why they got in the trade. They just gambling, they're guessing instead of actually following rules. Actually have a strategy in place. And then from there, you take your trades. But a lot of people are looking for validation the wrong way.
Yeah. And they also going down the emotional roller coaster. One day you're good, one day you're not, one day trading is emotional, right? But we gotta control that. We cannot allow ourselves to get on this emotional roller coaster. You're not trying to be in the ER, right? Like, yo, I'm not playing around with this. You are not trying to put yourself in a hospital. You're making money to enjoy life.
Yeah.
So learn to control your emotions. Do not get on this roller coaster thinking like this ride is not going to fall off. Like, there are going to be days where things just don't go your way, like we said before.
Yeah, just remember, losses are going to be feedback.
Yeah.
I say you learn more from your losses than your wins. For me, I always look at it as, what could I have done better to prevent myself from losing?
I think you just said it. What could I have done better? I love the fact that you said that, because that's you validating. You're not looking for other validations. You're validating yourself, because now you're like, babe, what could I have done? You going deep into yourself, right? To become that trader. This is our identity. Like, we're trying to be the best version of ourselves. But the only way to be the best version of yourself is to seek within yourself what you're doing good and what you're doing bad.
Consistency is gonna be the key in this.
Yeah.
Consistency over time. You have to be consistent in.
Absolutely.
You can't just say, oh, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna try this out and see if it works. No, you have to consistently do the things necessary for you to become the best at it. If you want to become the best version of yourself, what does that look like? You have to create habits that are good. If you want to be healthy as far as building muscles, you have to be consistent in the gym. If you want your business to grow, to have good revenue and be profitable, you have to be consistent in showing up where other people are seeing your business, so they would want to do business with you.
You have to just execute, right? That's how you get the wins. You can't sit back and say, oh man, I thought that was going to do that. Shoulda did it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. No, we are actually executing, because when you have a plan and a strategy, like you were saying, it's gonna play out, but you got to take the trade.
Got to take the trade.
You can't sit back and say, man, I did see that, but I didn't take it. I wish I would have did it. No. That's not what we're doing around here. So remember, consistency is the goal. That is the plan. It's just to be consistent, one day at a time. So your identity is really built in repetition. Just like you said with muscles, right? What are you doing every single day? What kind of habits are you building? So habits are important, just like how we said, as simple as making up your bed in the morning, working out, doing things. Your habits for trading. Are you back testing every day? Are you journaling? I know we're talking about a lot of this over and over because we really need you to identify who you want to be. And if you want to become that trader, you need to start working on the little habits to build up over time.
Yeah, rules build trust.
Yes.
And by you building rules, the habits that you create over time will help you to become that better trader,
Yeah.
help you become that better person. And all you have to do is just follow those. And you have to create strict rules for yourself. You can't just
Mm-hmm.
be lackadaisy with it and be like, oh, today I'm going to break this one rule today, right?
No.
Because you can push yourself back. That could look like a losing trade to where it wipes out all your profit. If you're talking about gym, hey, you know what? I'm going to slack off for the week, and everything that
Yep.
you've worked for
Gone.
a whole month can be gone within 1 week.
Yeah.
Crazy enough, right? So the thing is, you have to build those rules. The rules that you build for yourself, it's gonna build into habits that you
Yeah.
create that could show in your trading.
Yeah, that's where the confidence comes in, right? The repetition, doing things properly, getting those consistent wins, getting on your entries, journaling, back testing, everything. It's going to build the confidence that you need in this next level of yourself, right? The more confident you become, the better. Just like we were talking about in regards to the gym, you become confident because you put in the work, you start seeing the results,
Yeah,
right? So when your body starts seeing the results,
yeah,
it's the same thing as your bank account starts seeing that money,
yeah.
right? Don't just say that you're going to be a trader. Actually do it. Do what is necessary to become that consistent trader. You got to put in the work, rep after rep after rep, no matter what that looks like, right?
This
So,
is not the season to try.
no, it's
This is not the season to say, listen, you know what, I'm gonna experiment. This is the
nope.
season that you're gonna change and make a shift that can make that, when you make that shift, it's gonna be life changing, not only for you, but for your family and for your future generation. But you can't say, oh, I'm gonna try
Yep.
this and see if it work out. When you go to your 9 to 5, you're not trying, you have to be there from 9 to 5, and you have to work on somebody else's dream from 9 to 5. What happens after 9 to 5? You work on your dream. And what
Yep.
does that look like? If you have to spend 2 to 3 hours on the charts,
Mm.
2 to 3 hours back testing, 2 to 3 hours creating rules, strategies, and being disciplined enough and create habits along the way to make you be better. And now you start working on you, start working on your future, start working on your legacy and building on that instead of building on somebody else's, then what's the problem?
Yeah. Guys, this is a full series. The next episode, we're going to be talking about cleaning up your environment. So, you want to make sure that you're staying locked into this series because discipline is hard to maintain when you're in a chaotic environment. Stay tuned because there's going to be a lot that we're going to be unpacking over the next couple of weeks. So, share this video with a friend or a family or someone that is interested in trading because you cannot be in a chaotic environment and expecting to win, right? So we're going to have a lot more. Comment identity below because if you're committed to this reset, I want to know. I want to know who's our tribe. And don't forget, we do have a Discord. Everything is in the description.
Yeah.
So come over to our Discord, introduce yourself in the general chat. Let's get to know. We have lots of resources available. And if you are interested in booking a call to see if you qualify for our mentorship, if you want our strategy, you want our charts, you want all of what we have, and we'll hold your hand throughout the process, click on that link and fill that out just as well. All right, guys. So we'll see you and help you clean up your environment next. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.